Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Gaming with me, Tony Mo. Welcome back to Destiny, and we arrive at yet another Armsday. Today we're going to celebrate it in the Cosmodrome. I figured we'd pay the Cosmodrome a visit and do a little bit of weapon testing and demonstrating out here, rather than the Dreadnought. You know, it's nice. I enjoy the snow, bit of cold weather. It's kind of in my East Coast heritage, so I'm all over that. Now, today's actually kind of a special Wednesday, apart from the fact that it's Armsday, because we're also seeing the start of 2 exotic weapon bounty quests. The Sleeper Stimulant quest, part 1, has finally gone live. You should go ahead and take a look at your map. On the Cosmodrome, you will see a 260 light level quest that is going to have some puzzles in it if you've managed to turn in all 4 of the legendary fusion rifles that were required to Banshee. On top of that, if you hit level 5 with Banshee, we'll also see the start of the Last Curse exotic weapon bounty quest. So exotics galore, but none of that can overcome the glory that is Armsday. So let's take a look at what I managed to pick up this week and also give you guys a couple recommendations for next week. Sadly, I only had 2 weapons ordered coming into this Armsday, and one of which is going to end up sitting on the back burner. This is my Suros DIS-47 scout rifle. Now, if you guys remember last week, I said I really wanted to get full auto on this thing, and honestly, it's going to stay in my inventory as an Armsday order until I get a roll with full auto. I have enough scout rifles. In fact, I have probably one of the best scout rifles that I found in the game, apart from Hung Jury from the Dead Orbit. This thing is super solid. I really don't need another one unless it's going to do something unique. In this case, if I can get full auto on this high ROF, lower impact scout rifle from Suros, it's going to make this thing an awesome little tool in the Crucible, as well as in PvE situations. So I'm going to hold off on that and try and get a better roll next week. In case you weren't aware, you can actually do that. But what I did pick up was this AoE Ruidi Hake sniper rifle, which immediately caught my attention because of its visual presence. It's a pretty cool Hake sniper rifle. You know, I'd like to see them do a bit more with their color design. I understand it's like Hake, Suros, and Amalon all have their same sort of color pattern, unless you get it from the Crucible or the Vanguard vendors. But I'd like to see them do something different. Hopefully moving into the future, we can see some changes and alterations to this. But in terms of its visual design, we've got some cool rail covers. We also got this really chunky, weird-looking bipod, and yet another inoperable laser sight. I mean, Hake, are you going to do like a recall on these things, or at least are you going to send us a laser sight that actually works? Like, you know, send it in the mail. Free shipping, don't make us pay for anything, and don't make us send back the old one, because it's just an empty piece of, like, you know, composite plastic or something. Well, I don't get it. How can a weapons manufacturer function like this? How can you ship weapons with inoperable components? And they just get away with it. You know what? Because we're all just a bunch of addicts. I really love Hake weapons, so I just deal with it. I mean, look at the length on the barrel. That thing looks sick. I actually really do like the long barrel on this sniper rifle. It's just kind of, I don't know, it adds to its presence. It's a cool looking sniper. I'm a big fan of it. Let's take a look though. So obviously this is a more high rate of fire, low impact sniper. Great range though. Stability is kind of whatever for me when it comes to snipers. Unless this thing was really severely low, I'm not really too concerned about it. Great reload and a 4-round magazine, and we have solar damage on this particular one. We've got a choice between the ATA Scout as well as a more high zoom ATD Raptor. I prefer the Scout in almost all situations, but in this case I guess we will throw the Raptor on just for demonstrations. We also do actually have the ability to highlight enemies with low health, so that's a cool little added bonus. In terms of perks, I went with a version that had Take a Knee, Partial Refund, a choice between high caliber rounds, snapshot, or appended magazine. So yet another sniper rifle with an extended magazine. I'm actually stoked about this. This makes this even more similar to that famed The Chosen FWC sniper I'm always blabbing about to you guys. If only it had something that allowed me to get rapid reloads after precision hits, it would cancel out that reload speed, and it would make this thing an utter beast. That's exactly what my Chosen was, but this is as close as I think we're going to get. I'll probably end up going with snapshot most of the time, but I am interested to see just how slow the reload is once we unlock appended magazine. Now, the reason I went with this particular perk roll was because it was the only perk roll that featured a low zoom sniper scope that actually had a good second row perk. The other version that had the low zoom sniper scope had like a stability boost, which I don't care about boosted stability. I'd actually rather have the increased accuracy while crouched. As little as that's probably going to do for me, I'm actually interested to demonstrate that and give it a test inside of the Crucible and see just how much that actually affects my accuracy. So overall, pretty happy with this. I'm hoping this is finally going to be that Crucible sniper I was looking for, because last week, that Yuzume RR4, I hated the scope on that thing. I really just could not hack it. There's something about Amalon sniper scopes that are just like, No, thank you. I don't like them. I don't know what it is, but I can't acquire targets quickly. I can't pull off nice clean snapshots with them. I just don't like them. The Hack-A snipers, on the other hand, to me it's kind of like, I like the circular design, you know, at the center of the reticle. It's just like, put the head in the middle of that and pull the trigger and pop. There you go. You've got a headshot. I really, really dig the scopes on the Hack-As. I've already become comfortable with them on some of the blue snipers that I've had, so I knew that this was going to be a great scope setup from the get-go. I'm really happy with this one. And overall, it's just a cool-looking sniper, you know? Regardless of what scope I run on this, I really dig its overall appearance, and I'm excited, you know? Despite the fact this is the only weapon I managed to get from Armsday this week, I'm extremely happy with it, and I think I've had a good haul so far. Now, taking a look at what is available this week for order for next week's Armsday, there's two Suros auto rifles. I don't know if you need more auto rifles. I guess go for that. We do, in fact, have a Hack-A Zeranea D auto rifle as well. I would definitely recommend grabbing that and seeing if you can get a sweet roll on it. That is the auto rifle that I talked about in a recent Legendary Weapon Spotlight. We also have another Uzume RR4 sniper. I would pass on that. However, the one thing I would most definitely not pass on is the Suros rocket launcher. Finally, Banshee brings us some heavy weapons to the frickin' Armsday thing. Like, God, we've been waiting for so long. And honestly, the only heavy weapon that we can possibly get from him, since they appear to all be foundry weapons, is the Suros rocket launcher. So really happy to see that thing there. Strongly recommend you give that a go. The only other Suros legendary rocket launcher that I've even seen so far is the one from FWC. Honestly, they just don't drop that often, so I would not miss out on that opportunity. So that's it, guys. I thought we had a pretty solid week, you know, for Armsday. Despite the fact that I've gotten so few weapons, I'm excited to see a rocket launcher coming next week, and I'm really satisfied with the sniper. Can't wait to get it perked out and see just how well it actually starts to handle in real Crucible and even some PvE situations, perhaps. Now, if you guys have any weapons that you've picked up today for Armsday and any orders that you're interested in next week, feel free to share them down in the comment section below. What perk rolls did you go with? You know, what situation do you plan on using that weapon or weapons in? Let us know down in the comment section below. Share your stories. And be sure to head on out there and start part 1 of that sleeper stimulant quest, man. That's going to be exciting. I think a lot of us are really looking forward to that. That's probably one of the most, you know, badass looking exotics we've seen in the game thus far, and I'm completely head over heels with the idea of a heavy fusion rifle / railgun thing being introduced into Destiny. Going to be super freaking cool. If you guys have anything else for me regarding what we talked about in the video or the channel, as always, feel free to throw it down in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.